Hello, this is .com Secrets. This is written by Russell Brunson and endorsed by none other than Tony Robbins, who says a simple process that any company can use to geometrically improve their traffic, conversion, and sales online. Now, this book is actually considered to be the Bible for online marketing. And after reading this book, you may like to, in fact, throw away all other books of all other so-called online marketing gurus, because most of them are possibly copying from this book to write their own books. Okay. Now, let me introduce you to the highlights of the main chapters of this book, so that you get a feel of what it is all about. So once you buy this book, which you are getting free really by only paying for the shipping cost, you can well realize the worth of this book. And for your this will actually form the basic foundation of all your future learnings. And in fact, if you go through this one funnel away 30-day challenge, all the lessons that are going to be taught to you in due course of time are actually based on the theories and principles described in this particular book. So it's very important that you should go through this book. Now let me first begin with the first. There are many there are many secrets which are described in this book, about 22 of them. Now I'll just introduce you to the major ones, beginning from the first one. Say, for example, the secret one is the secret formula, secret number one, where he says the number one question that you should ask yourself as to who is your dream client. Dream client means who is your ideal customer. In marketing jargon, we call that ideal customer to be the avatar. That means the ideal representation of your group of ideal customers. Now, unless you know the basic needs and wants of that particular ideal customer, what are the pains and the problems that he is facing in his life right now, and what are the kind of solutions he's trying to search for, unless you know that, you won't be able to communicate effectively with your prospective customer. So ideally, if you experience yourself the kind of pains that he might be going through right now, you'll be in a better position to finally tell him that how it happened to you, how as a beginner, how you have been looking around for a solution, and how you could finally overcome that particular problem and then could become a success. So once you have figured out who is your dream client, the next step should be that you must find out where can you find him. The simple fact is you have to figure out where are your dream customers are congregating online. Where are they hanging out online? Is it on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or any such online platform? So where you can really approach him and try to grab his attention. Now, once you have now got some idea about who is your dream client and where is he congregating, where can you find him, then only you can approach him. Now, the second major concept is and how you can deliver something of value to him, which he is very keen to have for himself. So you have to figure out how best you can offer him a value, so that he appreciates your offer and accepts your offer and tries out your product or service, whatever that you have to sell to him, to satisfy his requirements, to give him a solution. So actually your prospective customers are not really buying any particular product or service. He is buying a solution. So what we should be primarily interested in is that what kind of results you can give him, so that he benefits and you also benefit in return, okay, financially, so to say. And once you develop a relationship with him, you take him through a value ladder. So the next concept that Russell talks about is the concept of value ladder. Value ladder is that as you interact with your prospective customers and offer him something of value, then you try to take him to a higher levels of, try to give him more and more service, better and better service. That way, not only you take him through a value ladder and enhance his experience and reward him with more and better results. In that process, you also gain financially. In marketing jargon, there is something we call lifetime value of a customer. Now, it goes beyond actually that concept. You will not only be able to derive the lifetime value of a customer by way of building a relationship, but also if necessary, you educate him. You tell him that what are the kind of other services that he can aspire for, so that he raises his game, so to say, so that you also help him to graduate to a higher level, to a higher level of earning and higher level of satisfaction, and in that process you also benefit. So it's a win-win situation for both. Just to give you a very, very simple example, like how a dentist can apply the same formula. He offers, now there is a concept called hook, story and offer. Now hook is that how do you hook? Don't take it in any derogatory way. Hook is that how do you hook the customer, means how to grab his attention. For example, you have figured out that I am your ideal customer and you can find me on Facebook. Now when I am going through my Facebook postings, I'm not really in a particular frame of mind to look for any particular ad, So while I'm scrolling down the various posts which are of my interest, your ad should have enough power of attraction to interrupt my chain of thoughts at that moment and then grab my attention long enough so that I look at your ad and I pay attention to what you are trying to tell me. So, which is called hook, okay? So, and then the story, what I was telling you, that many people, if somebody is a beginner, he won't know how to go about doing things. So he needs a lot of education, a lot of information. A lot of things might sound to be rather intimidating to him. So best thing is to nothing like having a person. For example, I'm trying to sell something and I tell him that what is the position, and if I have experienced the same, I have gone through the same procedure, I'd be the best person to tell him that what are the all difficulties I had faced initially when I was also looking in a similar position and I was also looking for a solution to my problems, and what are the trials and errors I had to go through. Now once you hear me, once you listen to me, you would know that I would be in a position to properly guide you as to how to avoid the mistakes that I had committed earlier, to cut short your journey of progress, and then I'll be in a position to give you proper advice. So you would appreciate that, and once you appreciate that, once you trust me, then only you will tend to buy something from me which I have to offer so that to solve your initial problem. So the dentist offers him a free tooth cleaning service. The person comes to him, it's a free, that's a bait. But then it's a bait means it's something of value. I mean, he's giving free service. Now in that process, supposing he finds him that the guy's teeth are turning yellow, he may suggest that, look, your teeth are turning yellow. I'm telling you as a factually. I mean, it can't be a cooked up story. Now, if his teeth are turning yellow, he might say, well, maybe you are drinking too much of coffee, or you are a smoker, or whatever the reason. So I have a solution. I can I've got something called teeth whitening, by which I can make your teeth to shine again. Okay, so this is another value he adds to his service. So he may be initially giving me a free service, that means his free time, but then gradually he takes him to a higher level to another service which is necessary, which is good for him, and then possibly the dentist can suggest him that to maintain proper oral hygiene, he should visit the dentist at least say twice or thrice a year, for at least for cleaning the teeth. Now for that, if you add up those individual fees, whatever it comes to, he might offer him a reduced, a subsidized kind of a fee, kind of a retainership. He said that you pay me per year so much, and within that kind of maintenance service, so to say. So within that amount, I'll give you 3 or 4 free tooth cleaning service over a period, and he books him his next appointment, say after 4 months or 6 months or whatever. So he develops a relationship, and he takes him into his fold, and through ongoing relationship it further takes him, and as a person ages, he might have many other problems. One can develop a cavity, or may have to go for a root canal treatment or some tooth implant or whatever. So gradually over a period, he may require to have more and more service. So if they have a good relationship and they trust each other, so he goes on availing of those services from the same dentist, and so both of them, they benefit each other, and both of them, the fellow benefits by way of having a good service, good dental service, and having his maintaining his oral hygiene and strong teeth, and then the dentist maintains by way of maintaining a relationship, has a long kind of he can give him a good service throughout almost his lifetime, and benefits by way of having more money from him, from a particular customer. So this is the value ladder concept. So for any business, one should have somebody, a beginner, can come up with one single product in the beginning, but as and when it goes up, he must think of having more and more higher value service or higher value products, so that he can have a kind of a value stack and give more and more service to his prospective customers. Now, after this value ladder concept, it is something like in a sales funnel. The traffic is the kind of customers you are trying to attract to your ad. It is by giving him something of value to, maybe at free of cost, and then you provide him front end, means something of lower value, so that he doesn't have much of a risk. Initially you don't try to sell him a high value product which will involve a lot of risk. So he won't mind if you give him a low value product at the front end product, to help him to experience that product and benefit from him, and then only he would be keen to graduate to a higher value product which you will have in your value stack. So ultimately you take him through this sales funnel and manage to sell him higher value product in due course of time. So now, how do you find your dream customers? You have to figure out who is your target market. That means where are they congregating, where do they hang out online, and what keywords they are searching for in Google. So things like that. Now, encourage interrupts means you have to, as I was explaining, you have to grab his attention. So your ad should be catchy enough to have something with a catchy headline and with a value proposition, which should be enticing enough for the person to interrupt whatever he is engaged in right now and give due attention to your ad or to your offerings. And then by paying attention, you can offer him something of free or which is valuable to him, He will definitely grab your offer, and then through that process you build up a relationship with him. And relationship means relationship of trust and mutual respect. Now there are three types of traffic. One, traffic you own, the traffic you control, and traffic you don't control. Traffic you don't control is the guys who are coming to Facebook or coming to or searching on the Google. You don't control, they're coming on their own, right? So, but some part of the traffic you can control by through paid ads. You put up an ad in Facebook through paid ads, then you have some control, because when you're putting up an ad on Facebook or some such social media platform, you are going by their interest. You are targeting them by. Facebook has got a lot of data to provide that, so you could tell Facebook that, look, I am looking for a person, these are the kind of my target audience, these are my avatar, and they have these particular characteristics, so I want people with such characteristics to be exposed to my ad. So accordingly you give that ad, and so they when you are your offering and their interest they match, then it's most likely that they will be more inclined to listen to you and end up buying your product. Okay, so to that extent you are controlling part of the traffic, but the best part is nothing like having a traffic of your own. Now, what is that traffic of your own? Traffic of your own is in that process, in that interaction process, you also collect their email addresses. Now, those email addresses is the only way you can, once they may buy, many of them would buy, many of them may not buy, because some of the people generally take more time to decide. Okay, and you don't blame them for that. Now, but then once you have got their email list, which is your asset, through that email list you have got a chance, an opportunity to interact with them in future, explain things in a much better way, try to figure out what are their other problems that you may be in a position to solve, to give them guidance, give them more information, and if necessary, offer them something which is of their interest. Okay, so you can establish a relationship. So this becomes the traffic of is your mailing list, which is your asset, which is the most important thing in any online marketing. Right now, then of course there are how you follow up with each customer, how you build up more and more confidence, and how you try to give him better and better levels of service through this follow-up sequence. He describes everything step by step in details, and so that you don't have any problem. You know what is that exactly what you require to do. And one interesting thing in secret number 9, he talks about funnel hacking, which is very interesting. Particularly for a beginner, I don't know what kind of ad should I make up, what kind of sales funnel should I structure or build. Now, we don't have to really reinvent the wheel. There are sites which are legitimate sites where you can go and you can do some research about competitors' activities. What kind of ads, the successful competitors, even the big names in that industry, what are they doing? What kind of ads are they're preparing? What kinds of ads they are putting up to their target customers? How are they building up their funnels? What kind of responses are they getting? Where are they getting all the traffic from? All these things you can research and then follow them. The best thing, the shortcut to success is identify the successful people and totally blindly follow them. Whatever they're doing, do that ditto. Whatever they're doing, follow them, follow their success path, and you become a success. As simple as that. Now, so this is what this book is all about. If I go on telling you all the chapters, chapter by chapter, it will take a long time. So to cut short these things, then he talks about 7 phases of a sales funnel. There are 23 building blocks of a funnel. So he describes in minute details everything in minute detail so that you don't have any problem. So that's why no wonder people call it the Bible of online marketing. Once you have mastered this, you in a way you have mastered your online business. Okay, so wish you all the best. Thank you. Click on the link below, just below this video, and get yourself a free copy. As